there once again, people. Welcome to yet another episode of Marvelous Monstrosities at Devilish Designs. So, a while back, I checked out the earlier base bots. Basically, I checked out BG Bot and then Botskin. Botskin being a much more improved version, had a lot of, things that made it much more like the actual bot. But there were some problems with Botskin. Specifically, they couldn't swim. They really didn't have much in the way of intelligence, so it's often easy to, outmaneuver them and easily destroy a bunch of them. They usually fight among each other, more than, kind of fighting the player, so they never really focused on killing you, even when you were there. Some weird type of priority thing. I'm assuming because it's kind of made infighting, so it would try and fight until something was dead, which meant you could easily kind of exploit that and end up killing a lot more than you probably should be able to. So yeah, the infighting mechanic was definitely overpowered. The thing that it was basically swimming on the bottom of water and all that and not be able to really do anything that way kind of stunk. Yeah, basically, it was a much improvement based to, previous ones, but Botskin still had a lot of issues. Another one that I definitely noticed with Botskin is you can't really, get, a scoreboard with bots working. So what they did was impulses. So basically, you could hit an impulse at any time to see the score. Main issue with that being that there was no real consequence for them. So, say you had, a game set with, 20 frags, you never really had the consequence of losing to them. You never really had, the danger of them, doing anything. Combine that with them also, getting kind of stuck or whatnot in certain little areas or whatnot, but they're really not as bad as, BG Bot was. That was, one thing that was really a massive improvement from BG Bot, was they didn't get stuck as much. Like I said, there was a couple areas that I did see him get stuck in. They're also not, smart enough, of course, to go into complicated areas. But overall, they kind of moved around, did whatever. Yeah. But now we have another bot to check out. And this one I'm kind of intrigued about. This is actually a rather serious bot. A lot of people have talked about this bot as being the bot standards for bots. Either this or Eliminator bot. I've not seen Eliminator bot. I'm not sure if that's going to be in the list I'm doing right now. I have Eliminator bot based stuff, but I don't have Eliminator bot itself. So I think that one's going to be still in the future. For the time being, I'm checking out the Reaper bot. Basically one of the most popular Quake bots made at this period of time, especially in 1996. This was the Quake bot to kind of get. Like I said, either this or Eliminator, and Eliminator is more map specific. So if you want a bot that basically is able to go anywhere, this seems to be basically the bot to go with. It was made by Stephen Pogue, and the one I got is version 0.7 on October 20th of 1996. Yeah, he's basically designed this for about 85 hours so far. He basically based it all off of multi-skin, so we're going to see stuff like that. And yeah, it's basically, that's the whole idea. Anyway, as suggested by this whole thing, this may be the most advanced bot opponent currently available. It learns levels as it plays them, picks up and uses all items, roams around. It will understand doors, teleports, triggers, and buttons. It will jump off ledges and will avoid lantern and lava. It also will understand the gravity level. When fighting you, it will pick the best weapon it has and can strafe, circle, or charge. Various skill levels are provided, with skill 3 in particular being very tough. The bot does not cheat. At higher skill levels, it rarely misses, and shoots at the maximum rate allowed to players, but never will shoot faster than allowed or cause more damage on hits than normal. It also does not move faster than players. If the bot is too tough, try a lower level. So essentially, this is made to imitate a player as good as can be without cheating in any way. Yeah, definitely should be interesting to see. So yeah, let's load this thing up, see exactly how good it is. I'm going to try something that's going to be a bit more complicated to like navigate for it. Something that bot skin wouldn't have been very reliable in, because yeah, that's kind of been the big problem, is that while certain maps can kind of work, at the end of the day you still got a bunch of guys falling in love and dying constantly, and yeah, it's kind of like... Okay, we just got some messages appearing about doing Reaper bot stuff. You see we have like a lot of different things, like the gravity of it, the match jump height, the level jump time, the match grenade height, the inverse grenade level. I'm not sure what any of that's really about. It looks like a bunch of stuff to control. The moment I don't care about any of that. Let's see here. Let's turn off this. I'm going to try and see, like I said, how well this works. I'm hoping this works well. I'm hoping really for something that will allow a lot more playability on deathmatch levels. And it seems like if there's anything that could give me that hope, it's this modification here. So let's see how this works. So yeah, as usual, we have a bunch of impulses, but before we get to that, we care about the skill. The skill is set to 3. It's based entirely off the normal skills like a regular game. So Nightmare skill is of course the hardest, and also the most lethal of the bots. Bots will use SV match speed to determine their speed. Don't change this to be higher, he's saying. Keep it at the default of 320, which I've always used because that's kind of exploitive to really boost it up. So yeah. He also has like a config file which creates aliases to certain things. Find some common ones to keys or whatnot. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to need that. Let's see here. Let's see what's in that one and make sure that I'm not like missing out on anything. I think like these are all just... Yeah, these all look like the newer impulses. Basically all Impulse 200 stuff and all that. AK, stuff I don't really care about at the moment, and which I'll be doing anyway. Okay, so let's see here. How does one do the bot stuff? Because this is a lot of craziness. I'm trying to like figure out how all this works. So, let's see here. Yeah, there's a lot of craziness, people. Let's see here. Like I said, we can tell that there's a skill level thing, which affects the bot accuracy when shooting, the bot yaw speed, aka how fast it'll track you, the average bot refire rate, the bot reaction time and pain time, whether bot will lead you with rockets or grenades, it will use all the player frames. It has improved AI, such as being able to follow around, like, opponents around corners, through doorways, doors, teleporters. As said, it's basically designed to be dynamic and level learning. So, it should build an eternal map of the level as they play. So, use it to basically roam around as needed. AKA, hopefully, that will mean they can navigate this level. I'm choosing DM5 in particular because it's the most complex and convoluted of the original Quake levels. At least that I could think of. Like I said, every other level, you can kind of get them roaming around. DM3 is just mostly spacious. There's really not too much to it, convoluted-wise. DM6 is relatively basic. I wouldn't really expect much there. DM4, most things are just gonna like fall off the edges. That'd be the biggest problem. DM1's pretty meh all around. There's really nothing really anywhere. And yeah, DM2's really... It has the traps, but outside of that, there's really not much to it. So yeah, DM5, like I said, is the one that I could think of that has the water, which was a nasty issue for bot skin. And even more annoying than that is the fact that they could never get into the area with a rocket launcher, because such an area, it was too complex for the bots. No matter what happened, they could not get in there. Anyway, I'm gonna set deathmatch to 1. How do you, like, get the bots in the server? Because I got some bots, but the server's not really adding any bots or something, I think. Right now, it's still, just playing normal. So, anyway, let's continue looking at what we were doing. So it said, it understands jumping, won't jump into lava or slime, will jump off low ledges or down to go after the goal, predicts jumps are based on the current gravity level, will charge strafe, circle strafe, enemy's weapon, the distance between them, pick the best weapon, only uses rocket launcher at close range if it doesn't have anything else, and health and armor is high. And will go after armor, ammo, or weapon in the middle of combat if it needs it. It tries to avoid combat if health or ammo is low, and thinks it can escape. It will also avoid combat with invulnerable enemies. Improve grenade and rocket aiming. It will lead player at higher skill levels, and will use grenade aiming to compensate for trajectory. It understands rocket aim to avoid lips and edges. It understands what triggers and buttons are, and will go for the triggered entity when it shoots a trigger or presses a button. However, they don't go after doors and whatnot, which must be triggered, unless they're already open. And also, they don't go after triggers or buttons, which have already been activated. It understands doors, teleports, secret doors, and wind tunnels. Chooses goals according to priorities, depending on, its current inventory and whatnot. It understands he uses all weapons, keeps going after... it won't keep going after an item if it can't reach it. And basically, it'll go after, use its internal map to go after what it can but can't see. You can have up to 16 bots in a level. I think bots can be like uncontrollable. You can crash the server. Multiplayer server capability. Deathmatch bots versus humans. Nobody else will even need anything else to use it. Alright, so let's see here. Another thing we really have, because I'm trying to figure out how to use this freaking thing. Impulse 210. That's our score right there. That basically is kind of like the other counter, except a lot more convoluted. So first thing first, I think I'm going to need to bind this to an impulse key. That's pretty much almost essential. You can see your kill count, your death count, kill count, death count, and suicides. Wait, what? Oh, okay, that's versus player and versus bots. Yeah, we don't really care about the first line because we wouldn't have any players in here. We care about the last 3. That number there is a suicide, so if I killed myself right about now somehow, I could find some way to kill myself. Let's see here. If I do this, recklessly injure and then kill myself. Whoopsie daisy, I was reckless. Now, it says -2. My counter is basically saying I lost 2 points for dying. I also got the point for killing an opponent. Because I'm an opponent? No, I died one time. That's what it is. A bot killed me one time? Oh no, okay. The score, that's my actual score as according to this counter as opposed to this. We want to use this. Basically, -2 is our score. 1 is how many times we've suicided ourselves. We don't have a counter with anyone else because we haven't fought anyone else. So, of course, we don't have anyone we've killed or anyone we've died to. But once we do, we'll have that score count on there. Yeah, let's see here. Impulse. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out how to get the bots working. That's kind of the important part, people. I want to get the bots working. Okay, here we are. Here we are, people. Find G to say Impulse 208. That's the one we want. No? That doesn't seem to work. Find G Impulse. Oh, I didn't spell Impulse right, apparently. 208. I'm not really doing too well, am I? Find H. No, not H. G. Impulse 208. We'll get there, people. G. Seems like SV aim isn't Nig 93. Okay, that's interesting to note. But yeah, there's a bot in my game now. Uh-oh. Wait, did I bind another key for that? Oh god, every time I look at my score, I've added another bot! Or not. Maybe I just, like, accidentally did it. Let's restart it. Because, yeah, I think I want to make sure I'm not adding bots when I press H. This is how you add a bot. There we are, like 4 bots. Already we're having craziness. Look at all the craziness already. It's freaking lethal. Dear God. Let's set like frag limit to 20. See if that like does anything. This is crazy. How many bots are there? 13! Didn't I set like a couple? It's like that number like kept going. Didn't I set like Impulse 208 one time or something? Maybe I hit a bunch. Reaper bot 1. You see, unbind H. Bind H impulse to, what is it, 10? To 10. Now we start. Now it should be controlled. Cause yeah, that's... Wait a minute, why does it... I hit impulse to 08. Bind H. Bind G impulse 205 actually, my mistake. Now I see. Now I see how this works. So as you see, it takes like a second. You get each button to the game. Except now it's like just continuously going. Unbind. I'm not really doing too well with this whole getting this server thing to run without like getting too many bots at once. That's the biggest problem. Bind G. Bind G impulse 205. That's all I want. G. 2, 3, 4. Wait, what? I just heard him up at a door. Oh my god! He got in there! The bots are learning! The bots are learning! So yeah, the bots are learning, people. Enough that he's chasing me with a freaking rocket launcher. The bots are more intelligent! Run to the water! It's the only place the bots might not know how to navigate. Luckily, it seems like they're avoiding the water. Gotcha. Give me my rocket launcher. Okay, we got the rocket launcher. We're ready to decimate some stuff. Where are they? Where are they? Not dead yet, huh? How did they get you dead? Must have a lot because of his armor. Wait, thing. You see, it's definitely crazy, to say the least. No rocket launcher, but luckily I got one now. That was embarrassing. Let's see here. But yeah, as you see, this is the basic mechanics of it. I would say these guys are a bit crazier than the normal bots. Yeah. Wow. These bots are getting crazier by the moment. Give me my armor. Run for your life. Yeah, look at this. This is getting crazy. They're really good at targeting me, needless to say. They're a lot more lethal than the other bots were. They're made to be very intelligent, and you can see that based on how tricky they are at aiming. Me even moving away, they're basically able to like follow me, head after me, and kill me. I'm trying to retreat from them, but they're still getting me. Now the biggest problem is SV aim needing to be 93 apparently. Wait, what? 100 health? It seems like SV aim needs to be 93 for these spots for some reason. Fine, let's put SV aim to 0.93. So we will stop saying that. Now we got a slight amount of auto aim. Fine. You happy? I'd rather have SV auto aim as 1. Because it's less skill based. You see, I'm definitely not the best deathmatch players. At the same time, these guys are freaking brutal. All over the place and what exactly is going on. Need more guns. Listen, if you want to avoid them by getting into water, they can now swim. They're learning. And they were smart enough to get in here. And wow! They must have... Let's see here. Impulse 210? No, I can't see the score. But it hit a frag limit. It must have. Because, yeah, once it hit the frag limit, it actually reset it. It ended up basically with me losing or whatnot. Because I only got around like 4 or whatnot. Also, it was intelligent enough to add back the bots. If you notice, I added 4 in the previous game. Now it's adding back to 4. I didn't need to do anything. The bots are still here, and they're ready for more battles. My God. Definitely a lot more involved than the ones I've seen before. That's definitely promising, to say the least. Freaking shots and whatnot and everything. Now, if you want Impulse 220... Wait, that's scores 2, though. What's the difference? That's my Impulse... Yeah, I'm getting very confused by all this. Let's actually, like, get back to a single player. Get deathmatch on. I want to basically start a whole new, thing. Okay, we're ready. So, first of all, oops, Impulse, the one thing I definitely need is the ability to see before the server ends. Like I said, frag limit 20. Say we do Impulse, let's see here, 220. So basically, that says kill, die, suicides. Versus player, versus bots, versus everything. Impulse 210. Versus player, versus bots, versus score. What's the difference? I feel like Impulse 220 and Impulse 210 are the exact same thing. Normal 220 is supposed to be the normal scores. But yeah, I'm not really seeing much of a difference between the two. Let's see, if I kill myself, I should have a different value, hopefully. Let's see, Impulse 210 has a value of -2. Impulse 220 has a value of -1. So yeah, basically it's based it off of this counter as opposed to using its own to make it more punishing based on team play values and all that. Yeah, if you want more like the vanilla game, you use Impulse 220. If you want its own internal intelligence system, you use Impulse 210. Simple enough. Really, that means we only care about Impulse 210 here. We don't really care about, anything else. Anyway, while I've been using Impulse 205, you guys kind of saw up in the craziest before. you can use Impulse 208 instead, which actually just spawns in 4 bots. Now we just spawned in 4 bots instead of having to do it 4 times. And now these bots will be in the server for the entirety of it. And he's already trying to murder me. Dear God. I need to get better at playing and whatnot because, yeah, these guys are really freaking lethal. Run for your life! Give me your armor. Oh, wow, I actually had to... Come here, I'm telefragging you! My health. Freaking bots. Oh, look, red armor. That's lucky enough. The rocket launcher. Let's see here. We want to kill some of these guys. Oh, I saw a person. Now it's time to wipe out some people because we have some weaponry. I didn't actually kill myself. Of course I did. That blade Thunderbolt's very good at auto aiming. Yeah. They're all just like bombarding me from up top and I have like nothing. This is the part I really don't get at deathmatch games. How exactly you kill people? They're like getting all the guns and you have nothing. Well, it's kind of a fair shot, but at the same time, I'm just that good. I'm trying to find my way to something. Fun, Sesame. Give me those rockets. Wow, 83 freaking rockets. This guy's been living. God, that Reaper bot's nasty. How much you're getting that quad damage, he had to get it. Of course, because, you know, the Reaper bot deserved it a lot more than me. Let's see here. Currently we have a score of 24? Yeah, let's see here. I think we care about kill in this percentage. So we care about the fact that it's 17, I guess? That's the thing, it's like weird math. Maybe if I use Impulse 220, what happens if I do that? Find H Impulse 220 instead of 210. Maybe I'll be more compatible with what I'm trying to do. 210. Oh, come on! I spawned here and they're basically trying to murder me. Let's see here. So right now, 18 is the highest value. We have, what, 7? Jesus. Yeah, this is definitely the most lethal bots. The other bots, I could always, like, stay at, like, the top with them. I never had, like, challenge with them. Yep, and there we are. Now, he must have just got, the high number, and because of that, the level ends. It should go to DM1, I'm assuming? Or it goes back to DM5. Oh, well, now we have 4 bots ready to murder me. We need to get in that doorway. Dear God, get away from me! Okay, so let's see here. Impulse 200. Impulse 200? Yeah, basically a multi-skin support is set. Basically, Impulse 202. That's skin support. And Impulse 203 turns off skin support. I don't really think it's working. Let's see here. DM... Map DM5. Say I do it with, Impulse 202 to make sure it's skin support. Impulse 200? I don't even know if that's working. Impulse... Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't think the multi-skin mechanics are working. So if you're looking for that mechanic like Botskin had, you're going to be severely disappointed. That's one thing that is missing from the days of Botskin. But then again, we need to change it to deathmatch mode because, yeah, currently we're not exactly able to do much. Underwater with a grenade launcher. Not a good idea. I'm stuck! I'm stuck in the geometry. Where are they? We need to kill some things. Looks like he's right here. Try and get some guys. Brilliant. Give me a bunch of ammo. Need to murder everyone in this corridor so that way we actually a chance. Got him before he became a threat. Current score, I'm currently in the lead at a point of 7. Next is basically a bunch of Reaper bots. Somehow with this time I'm actually in the lead. Watch how long that lasts. Let's see here, I need some guns. Got him, but you got me. Yeah, it's so hard to retrieve from these guys. And yet at the same time, there's no way you're like beating some of them. There we are. No way to even see them in this one though. That's the other problem. This is the DOS-based version, so it's pixelated and hard to see things compared to Geoquake. At least for me. Gotcha! Yeah, that's a real crazy challenge. You see, he's like strafed in such a way that he becomes hard to hit. Even with me trying to shoot at him, he's moving so that way I can't easily hit him. Let's see here. If I do Impulse... What is it? Impulse 212... we can actually make Observer mode. Basically, they're not hostile to me in any way. We can walk around, check them out, see basically what they're doing. I can't interact with the game world, but they can't interact with me either. Basically, I'm able just to check out what's going on and watch the game as a casual observer. A little bit of that sort of thing, in case you want to see how the other players in this game play it. And see how, like, the Reaper bot kind of works. Yeah. Okay, so that is a Reaper bot there. Let's see here. So that is the observer mode as mentioned. So yeah, Impulse 212 is basically now we're in observer mode. So you want to come out of observer mode. Impulse 213 will do that for you. That's a pretty simple modification. Pretty simple binding. Modification. Let's see here. Let's see here. As you see, now he just murdered me because I'm back. But yeah, if you want to have some fun games and stuff like that, this seems like definitely the way to go. This is kind of crazy. Like I said, they're smart enough to open the door. They're smart enough to open this door. Nothing is sacred. These bots are intelligent. Oh heck, and that makes them quite lethal. I'm trying to get some weapons. Hey, just keep shaving. What the? He just telefragged me, buddy thing. That was bad timing there. I managed just to run back and try and get that, and he telefrags me. Of course he does. Yeah, look at it. I'm not even like hitting them, and he's like hitting me. You want to hit things with splash damage if you can, because these things are hard to hit. Yeah, this is just like crazy. Oh god! Okay, so as you see, this is freaking brutal. So yeah, as I said, after you change level, they can die in lava and slime. They'll drown underwater if they're too long. They can be telefragged or be telefragged, as you saw. So they're really crazy. You can have up to 16 in a single level, kind of like a normal game. So yeah, other than that, anything else we really care about? Bot can swim in water. They'll avoid drowning even in combat. They understand whether it can swim to items, can jump out of water, can chase enemies into water, and won't use the lightning gun underwater unless they're invincible. AKA very, very freaking intelligent. So, with all that in mind, let's see here. Say we want to change some of the other craziness around. Like, we're now in DM6, but I want to set my gravity to something other than the default 800. Say we want to make it like, what you call it, E1M8. We'll set it to 100. Now, right now, they're kind of not exactly working the best. If you want to fix it, you use Impulse 214. That will update the bots. Now they'll have the ability to fix their timings, that way they're being more lethal. AKA, now they're freaking lethal bots in zero gravity environments. Yeah. AKA even more freaking lethal, in a way. I'm going to set my gravity back to 800, just because I don't really need the gimmicky gravity. And I'm going to set Impulse 214 to update that again, and now we have our normal thing. Let's set our butt match back to normal. Ow. You think they're bad? Wait till you've seen how bad they can get. But yeah, they're smart enough to like try and go after everything. It's just gonna get more and more brutal, ain't it? Anyway, that's Impulse, that one. Let's see here. Impulse 215. What's Impulse 215 do? That tells you what the bots do, aka it's gonna spam you now with a bunch of messages about what they're all doing. So it's basically telling you everything it's doing. Which, as you see, is going to kick people's butts, going after bot paths, and yeah, basically just going everywhere, constantly. Let's turn that off, because that's message spam. That's like verbose mode. The basic debug verbose mode. Well, let's see here, so that's that. Anyway, Impulse 219. Basically, it's a super restricted mode. Now, no client can add a bot, or they can become an observer. So say I did Impulse 208, then I want to add 4 more bots, I cannot do that. I've restricted even myself from being able to do that. I would have to go and turn restricted mode off, which probably I can't. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, once it's turned on, it's on. So now I cannot change the bots. The bots are there for all time. I'm doomed, essentially. It's just going to be endless craziness. Not that there's really a way to get rid of bots anyway. That's actually an interesting thing to mention. Yeah, other than that, let's see here. Let's see here. Actually, Impulse 218 is regular restricted mode, non-super restricted mode. What is regular restricted mode? Only I, the admin, can add them. Really doesn't matter because I'm the only one in here. So that's pretty much worthless to me. And as you see, that's pretty much about it. Now, that is indeed quite the mess, isn't it? Yeah, there's a lot going on here. There is some weird splash sounds by bots, particularly when spawning, but yeah, not really much. Now, this version is made before the 1.06 Quake source, so you are using the 1.01 kind of version. Though it shouldn't matter too much, besides, like, Thunderbolt ammo probably be a bit bigger. But yeah, the biggest issue really missing from this particular version of Reaper bots is that they need bot skins. Currently, there is no bot skins or a way to, like, differentiate between bots. And also, he wants some way to, like, improve observer mode. And also, like, some sort of, like, team play with the human team leader giving orders to bots and all that. That's actually a big thing to mention with this particular version. There's no real team-based thing with the bots. The bots are always kind of fighting each other. This is in comparison to bot skin, whereby you could set almost like team-based death matches, whereby like you could have like bots working together against the player or something like that. This one, it's basically always a free-for-all. You're always going to have the bots fighting each other and the player. There's no real control there. But as you see, the bots are a lot more intelligent than they were there, to a point that they're actually highly freaking lethal. He also wants to give them a bit more learning AI with personalities, having stuff such as being able to camp, charge, and also snipe based on like successes and failures, aka making them even more like humans and more evil. Yeah, also when health is low or bad relative weapons, they should be able to like retreat, hopefully. Better AI handling of invisible and quad powered opponents he's trying to figure out. He also wants like the model when they're like looking up and down to like have a better yaw, so that way they actually like display that they're looking up and down. Another thing he's trying to figure out is to like improve their routing that will basically substantially improve the bot AI as well. As you see, they still were running around a little bit and kind of lost where they were going. But a lot better than what we've been seeing up to this point. Now, this is a closed source modification. You can't use this with anything else. But yeah, you do get the ability to kind of use it here. As seen, this is freaking lethal. Now, let's actually go in and say, let's play against an easier level of bots. Let's say, for a moment, that's the most brutal level of bots, and definitely what you should kind of be playing when you want to say, I want to go all out. Let's see what happens. Say I want to do skill 0. Let's see the difference in bot level, shall we? Impulse 204, that didn't help me. Impulse 208. SV aim, sure, 0.93. It seems like that's another problem. We need to fix it so that way SV aim can be more than 93 without that error message. Because that's annoying. That was mostly because I had like a disadvantage. A severe disadvantage. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, see, this is a lot more like what I've used with bot skins. They do exist, and they're smart enough to do some different things. But at the end of the day, they're also not too crazy. They're pretty manageable at this point. Now, I do need weapons in order to actually do stuff, but, right now, it's like everyone else has the rocket launchers but me, so needless to say, not exactly the best of situations. I'm like, yeah, none of the guns. But as you see, even with not getting the guns, Impulse 220, I think it is. So you see, I'm still in the lead, even after all that, and the fact that I'm recklessly failing to, like, do much. Like I said, he is able to trace me, kinda. But we can get a bunch of hits on him. Thank you! See, they're also a lot stupider when it comes to like trying to get to places they can't get to. I'm seeing that a lot more on this difficulty as opposed to highest. Let's see, I need to get some health. It's health over here. So as you see, you basically just keep running around and keep shooting. Buckshot at them. That's the biggest issue, is those rocket launchers. But as you see, even after all that, I'm still in the freaking lead. No matter what I'm doing, I'm still killing them all. They're very, not the best of players, to say the least. You can tell these are much more new players that I can actually easily take. You know, they can't get the drop on me, but they're definitely not as much at all. You know, unlike that, I'm actually not really having much of a challenge here, and I find this pretty easy. This is more like the, like I said, what like bot skin I'm used to, and the level of bots I'm kind of used to there. AKA nothing really that impressive. You know, that felt too easy. Like I said, I'm not like an addict of having SV auto aim on at all, but it's something to live with, and it definitely is kind of alright, because on that level specifically, you know, it's not too big of a deal. You see, though, I'm getting a lot more kills. There we are. Being quite the reckless little pain in my rear end. This auto aim sometimes gets in my way, though. Let's see here. So, there's some more health. Actually, we're at 20. If we do like your impulse this, you can see I'm like 6 points ahead of any of the bots. So, you can see a monumental change between that one and this one. Whereby, this one I'm easily dominating, while on skill 3, yeah, that one's going to take a lot of practice. And that makes it a lot more worth it, definitely. As compared to previous ones, which were a lot more boring. Probably because you couldn't really set the bot difficulty. That's actually a big change between the two. You really have bot skill level, and most people aren't going to set bot skill level to most nightmarish because of how brutal they are. But that's exactly what I want. I want the brutality, you know, I want the most difficult bots. Especially since players usually end up getting better than the bots. Anyway, the combat and local goal setting AI uses heuristics with fuzzy logic for decision making. He's currently working on supporting learned behavior based on combat success for the combat AI, as well as the hunting AI. Whatever the hell that means. Yeah, so basically it replaces a bunch of bot paths that go from place to place, and it kind of makes it all dynamic. It's optimized to guarantee a valid path followable by the bot while bounding the number of bot path nodes. It's dynamically merged to minimize the number of bot path nodes. And multiple spawn trees pointing the upstream route, blah, blah, blah. There's lots of technical stuff I really don't care about. This is his first publicly distributed Quake C patch. He designs router software and protocols for a living, so he's just into a lot of technical stuff. And yeah, that's really it. As said, this is really a very complicated bot system in comparison to a lot we've seen before. Like I said, bot skin, like I said, really felt like skill 0. That basically explains just how it felt, actually. Was just about that skill level and that much of like a lead or difference. While the Reaper bot on the highest difficulty is something of a totally different caliber. That's an absolute nightmare. Anyway, that's definitely something that's going to provide some sort of entertainment value, I guess, for me. Because, yeah, that's a lot better than a lot of, like, players or whatnot. At least unless you can actually get some really good players playing, like, random levels from 1996. Yeah. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. We have accomplished doing a lot. And I guess I'll see you all next time.